The Ruger Mini-14 is more than just a firearm, it's a classic American rifle that has stood the test of time. Since its introduction in the 1970s, the Mini-14 has built a reputation for rugged reliability, straightforward design, and all-around usefulness. You've seen it on ranches, in patrol vehicles, and even in movies. Chambered in .223, Remington and 5.56 NATO. It's been a go-to rifle for ranchers dealing with predators, law enforcement officers needing dependable firepower, and everyday shooters who want a semi-automatic rifle with traditional looks and modern performance. But the big question is whether the Ruger Mini-14 is still relevant in 2025, a market dominated by AR-15s and precision rifles. In this review, we'll dive deep into its history, design, features, performance, and value to see if the Mini-14 still earns its place today. The Mini-14 was first introduced in 1973 by Sturm, Ruger and Company, designed as a civilian-friendly version of the M14. It scaled down the military classic into a lightweight, affordable semi-automatic chambered in .223 and 5.56. The idea was to combine the M14's rugged dependability with a more practical caliber and civilian appeal. Over time, it became known as the ranch rifle, a name that reflects its role in American life as a working tool for farmers, ranchers, and shooters across the country. Its simple design, reliability, and approachable style made it stand out from the crowd, even as AR-15s gained traction. One of the Mini-14's strongest appeals is its traditional styling. Unlike the AR-15, which looks overtly tactical, the Mini-14 has the profile of a hunting rifle. Ruger offers it with either a classic wooden stock or a modern synthetic version, along with stainless steel or blued finishes. The rifle typically weighs around 6.5 to 7 pounds, which makes it light enough to carry all day, but sturdy enough to absorb recoil. It uses a Garand-style rotating bolt and a gas-operated fixed piston system. This design keeps carbon out of the receiver and helps ensure smooth operation in dirty or dusty conditions. Ruger has also improved the barrel design over the years, making the modern Mini-14 more accurate than its earlier versions. When it comes to range performance, the Mini-14 has always been dependable. Older rifles were sometimes criticized for loose accuracy, with groups around 3 to 5 MOA. Modern production rifles, however, usually deliver 1.5 to 2 MOA with quality ammunition. That's not match-grade precision, but it's more than enough for hunting coyotes, defending your home, or enjoying a day at the range. What really sets the Mini-14 apart is its reliability. It will run on brass, steel, or surplus ammo with very few malfunctions. Its fixed piston system handles dirt and grime well, making it one of the more forgiving semi-automatic rifles for maintenance. Recoil is light, which makes it easy for new shooters to handle, while still offering solid performance for experienced ones. Versatility is another reason the Mini-14 remains popular. Chambered in .223 and 5.56, it can serve as a ranch rifle, a varmint gun, or a home defense weapon. Ruger also produces the Mini-30 in 7.6 Tux 39mm, giving shooters an alternative caliber option. The Mini-14's traditional appearance often makes it more acceptable in places with strict gun laws, where AR-15s face restrictions. To many, it looks like a hunting rifle rather than a tactical weapon, which allows owners to enjoy semi-automatic capability without the negative attention an AR often attracts. Of course, any discussion of the Mini-14 has to include a comparison to the AR-15. The AR is more customizable, with countless aftermarket options, and the ability to achieve greater precision. If modularity and long-range accuracy are your top priorities, the AR-15 is the obvious winner. But the Mini-14 has its own strengths. It is simpler, easier to maintain, and less intimidating to non-shooters. You don't need to worry about buffer tubes, different gas systems, or endless accessory options. The Mini-14 is straightforward. Insert a magazine, rack the bolt, and start shooting. For many shooters, that simplicity is refreshing. Ruger continues to keep the Mini-14 relevant with multiple variants. The ranch rifle line is practical and lightweight, ideal for everyday use. The tactical Mini-14 offers rails for optics and accessories, bridging the gap for shooters who want a modern touch. Aftermarket support has also grown, with companies offering upgraded magazines, scope mounts, and even chassis systems that allow the Mini-14 to take on a more tactical look if desired. This flexibility gives shooters the option to keep it classic or modernize it to fit their needs. Price is another factor worth considering. The Mini-14 usually sells for between $900 and $1,200, depending on the configuration. This puts it above entry-level AR-15s, but still within reach for most enthusiasts. For that price, you get a rifle with a long track record of reliability, a design that stands apart from the AR crowd, and a heritage that stretches back more than 50 years. For many buyers, that combination makes the Mini-14 worth the investment. So, is the Ruger Mini-14 still worth owning in 2025? The answer comes down to what you want in a rifle. If you're chasing pinpoint precision, or a platform that can be endlessly customized, the AR-15 remains the better choice. But if you value a firearm with history, simplicity, and rugged dependability, the Mini-14 is still a fantastic option. It offers real-world performance wrapped in a classic design, making it just as relevant today as it was decades ago. At the end of the day, the Ruger Mini-14 is more than just another rifle. It's a statement about tradition, reliability, and the enduring appeal of straightforward design. Whether you're a rancher, a prepper, or simply someone who wants something different from the AR-15 crowd, the Mini-14 continues to earn its place in American gun culture. It has proven itself for over half a century, and in 2025 it still stands tall as a rifle worth owning.